Alright, here we are at the Myrtle Hill Cemetery. And if you're looking to buy a plot, you can call 315-487-2150. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for taking your time to tune in. Today we are here at Myrtle Street Cemetery. Collectively, it is known by the same name. This is Myrtle Cemetery. It is off of Myrtle Street here in Syracuse, New York. We are on the west side, and this cemetery stands in front of Burnett Park Zoo. So technically it would be in its front yard, but alright, so we just came in from the street entrance and we are here at the Myrtle Cemetery, and the first plot we look at will be a family plot for the McCaffs. Right here we have William J. McCaff, born 1916 until 1992. He is buried here with his wife, Shirley, born 1926 until 1998. And right here we have Turtle Lot, Helen E., Gloria, and Stephen. I'm not sure who exactly is buried here. Usually something like this means that it's a mother, a daughter, and another sibling, or a son, maybe an uncle. But right here we have Helen E., born 1901 and passed away in 1968. Next to her is Gloria M. Tryon, born 1924 until 2010. And right next to Gloria is Stephen J., born 1897 until 1985. Next to the Turtle Lot headstone we have Andrews. And the first one we come up to is Ella F., born 1876 and passed away in 1940. She is buried here with her husband, Charles H. Andrews, born 1861 and passed away in 1948. Behind this Andrews headstone, there is a gentleman called William Andrews. And there's just no information on this headstone at all. But this is the family moniker. And right next to the family moniker we have nothing that's readable on that one. In fact, you can't really read anything that's on any of these. Oh yeah, this is Louise or Louis A. Young, wife of T. Andrews, 1838 until 1908. And right next to him is Florence M. The daughter of Thomas and Louisa Andrews died March 12, 1887, and was aged only 16 years old. And right next to Thomas, we have James Y. Thomas and Louisa Andrew died, not too much of a death date there. Here we are at the Baldwin entombment. Many people have been up here showing their love, leaving rocks. This is not really an uncommon thing to do. Most people do this. People like Scott on Tape will do it. Lamont at Large does it. Tyler Novak once in a while does it. But we're here at this entombment because it is a military entombment. This gentleman or female was in the Marine Corps, enjoyed a little bit of the outdoors, and enjoyed watching fowl. That's bird. Let's go around here, see what else we have. I know for this video I'm going to try to concentrate more on the idea of family plots, because I notice a lot of YouTubers don't technically do that. So I want to come right here. This is the family pass is their last name, and this is their family entombment. And as you can see, one size doesn't necessarily fit all. As you can see, this is not as big of a circle as some of the ones that we've been in. But right over here, we're going to start on this corner. On each corner, and that one over there, and I'll be going to that one. Right here is the letter P, which stands for the family pass. And the year that it was erected was in 1882. Now some of these headstones are not really easy to read, but I will do the absolute best that I can. And we're going to start off here with this piece. This belongs to James Pass, June 1st, 1856 until October 1913. He was married to Adelaide Salisbury Pass, September 1st, 1867 until November 9th, 1926. And right here you have the family moniker. And on this side has Richard Pass, born 1824, passed away in 1880. Also here is Ann Pass from 1821 until 1905. And if we come over here, we can see the grave of Darrell W. Carper, born December 19th, 1926, and passed away April 6th, 2012. And right next to Darrell is his wife, Eunice Pass Carpenter. So there's a connection between Carpenter and Pass. May 1st, 1927 until September 17th, 2013. And over here in the beginning, I'm not really sure if there's anything necessarily in this area. As you can see, it is not marked. But we are going to come over here and try to read this headstone. This belongs to Dan S. Pass, June 1st, 1856 until October 10th, 1913. And right next to him, we have Adelaide. September 1st, 1867 until November 9th, 1926. And right next to Adelaide is Ann Pass. She was born 1821, passed away in 1905. Not so much to read there, but here is Charlie Pass. Born 1824 and passed away in 1880. As I'm walking around, I noticed there's at least one headstone here, and clearly this has been vandalized. It is completely knocked off its base. See that? And right there. We don't even know who is buried here. But over here, we have Charles H., born 1876. And passed away in 1876. Here is Anne E., 1874 until 1880. Elizabeth G., 1885 until 1886. Underneath that is Richard E., from 1886 until 1887. And the last but not least is Claude D., born 1894 until 1895. I noticed the top row of people were very young, and Charles H. was a newborn, and Anne was just about 6 years old, or just about to turn 6 years old. And right here we got Jones. We got George H., 1883 until 1958. Buried next to him would be Lewis, his son, and his wife Ethel. Ethel was born 1885 and passed away in 1957. Lewis W. was born in 1912 and passed away in 1929. And right here we have a pretty ill-fated text here. But this is Catherine. And over here is Bessie, B-E-S-S-I-E. Coming up to the next family plot, we have Draper and Porter. Right here we have Simeon Draper, born April 14th, 1795, died March 18th, 1871. Underneath him is Clarissa Draper, born November 2nd, 1798, and passed away in 1870. This side is the Draper. And over here we have Wilford W. Porter, medical doctor, born July 24th, 1926, died June 2nd, 1885. Jane Draper, his wife, born January 20th, 1828, and passed away January 31st, 1885. And underneath this side is the moniker, the family moniker Porter. So Jane Draper is related to either Simeon or Clarissa. And that family was either married into the Porters or vice versa. As we get deeper into the story, we'll find out maybe a little bit more. Jane M. Porter, born May 18th, 1867, passed away October 23rd, 1905. And there is no family moniker on this side, so these must be maybe not as important as the rest of the people. There's nothing here for Draper or Porter on this side as well. Here you got George W. Draper, another medical doctor, born in 1832 until 1906. Francis Safford, his wife, passed away in 1906 and was born 1935. And over here we have, assuming one side is a Porter side and the other side is the Draper side. Right here we have Francisi. Next to him we have George W. And next to George is the father, then the mother. And on this side, this family also has a headstone for their mother, father, and Jane. Here's a pretty interesting headstone. There's no information on this headstone like at all, but I do believe it does say something. It says Our Georgie. But typically when you see small headstones like this and it's got stuff like that on top of it, that's usually an indication that this is an infant grave. And that's really sad. And here we are at the Gear family plot. As you can see, it's not really that big of a plot, and there is an iron gate fence that surrounds us. And with that door being locked, that's pretty much letting people know don't come in here. But if you do, please make sure you lock it up. I don't think I want to go in. But here is Charles, died November 1870, was aged 67 years and 7 months. Elizabeth Hall, wife of Charles Gear, died January 26, 1888, and was 81 years old. So maybe husband and wife. Because he was 67 years old and she was 81. And that's okay to have that difference in age. I mean, it's really all about the maturity level of the person and the life experiences that they've been through. But here is Joseph, the only son of Charles, and his wife died January 17th, 1864. He was 21 years old, 3 months, and 22 days. Helen, the infant daughter of Charles and his wife, died September 14th, 1883. She was just 22 days old. Here we are at Cyrus D. Avery. This is the Avery family plot. And it goes right up to that point, and we'll start right back here at Cyrus D. Avery, born 1833 and passed away 1911. Next to him is Grace A. Avery, 1850 until 1825. Next to Grace is Paul Avery, 1877 until 1946. At the back side of this one, it's starting to lift up a little bit. And then next to him is Harold Avery, 1887 until 1966. And the last, Anna P. Avery, 1898 until 1973. Or 1873, sorry. And right here is Benjamin Terry Avery, September 15th, 1928 until September 18th, 2017. And he goes by Psalm 23:2. We got the Smith family here. Not all family pots are the same. So, I mean, that's why you see me doing stuff that are with wrought iron fences around it. Sometimes there's, like that one right there. When I did that one, that's just all cement. And there's one over there that I did that's all cement. Here, it's just basically the family representation for what they stood for. And the first name we come across to is David Smith, born 1841 until 1882. Adelia Thorpe, his wife, born 1847 and passed away 1928. Their daughter, Mattie, M-A-T-I, a very unique spelling, by the way. It's not typically the way it was spelled, but back in them times it was, and at some point during human history, we decided to go from M-A-T-I-E to M-A-D-D-Y or M-A-D-D-I-E. And she was born 1875 until 1888. And underneath it, you see the moniker family name. Charles Herbert Smith, 1888 until 1947. Well, I think that's just about it. This is the end of the video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. It is now time to tune out.